So yeah, you have diarrhea, really bad, and it's what I've been going through. Like only around that time, if I've had sex, like around the time that I would be ovulating, is when I experienced these things. And I had the faint positive. Usually I get pretty white negatives, and that lets me know, okay, everything is okay. I worry now because ectopic pregnancies is high. I'm higher risk for that because of the tubal ligation surgeries and things like that. So I know people be like, well, why are you always taking negative? Well, I have to because I have to feel comfortable with the fact that I don't have an embryo growing in my tubes, because that's deadly. You know, I could die from that. People could die from that, just having ectopic pregnancy alone. You know, sometimes you can get them to pass through. You know, I do a lot of massaging, and that's how I get it to pass through. Is I massage my pelvis area where my tubes are at. I massage my lower back, and I do it with like a massager machine. So um, it gets deep down inside and gets everything to going. So I feel like, and then usually I've had times where I would just pass out, you know, because of all the bleeding and all. It used to be very painful, but now it's not really that painful. I would do my massages, and I would, you know, basically pass out right afterwards, and I'd wake up in a pool of blood, you know. And at one time I soiled my mattress real bad. It's just like it looked like something died, or maybe I had died or something. Just, you know, sit a puddle that you can sit in, and not like a little cute little mark, but I mean a basketball size. You can sit your whole butt, rear end inside of it. Blood stain, and so, or irregular bleeding. I'll start bleeding around the time it would have implanted or would be implanting. I start bleeding. This mock bleeding. It'll stop, and that's basically what happened this month. Around the time that it would be implanting, I would start bleeding. I started bleeding in the morning, um, and this is like a week away from my actual cycle day. And so I noticed that I was bleeding, and you know, I seen the marks, and I'm like, you know, where this blood's coming from? So I wipe and I see blood. What is blood? And so I put it to the side of me, to the side of my mind. You know, I kept doing my thing, and I check again, and then the blood's gone, like it never existed. And so that happened, and then the very next day it happened again. My bleeding. I started bleeding. I check, it's there. I soiled myself. Not like whoo, but like, oh my God, you know, I'm leaking, and then it'll stop. And so about a week passed, and I got my cycle, and it was rough. You know, it was really rough. It was something that I had to coax on. You know, I had to massage. I had to do squats. I had to, you know, do things to make sure that the draining would keep going. Because it really didn't feel, I'm really not comfortable thinking that um, they're implanting inside of my uterus. It was just 6 years ago when I had Gabs that I had the actual surgery. So I think that, you know, 10 years away, 12 years away, at that time, I would feel like, okay, don't do the squats. You know, it's probably, but if it's in my uterus doing squats, it's not gonna change anything. If it's in my tube, doing squats will help the blood flow get to flowing, and I'll have a active cycle to where it's not stopping and starting and stopping and starting. And I'll actually go through heavy, light, medium days, you know, with coaxing it on. But um, so I'm not totally against having more kids. I'm not. In the state of Georgia, it's actually illegal to have abortion. So your girl wouldn't be having no abortion. But at the same time, um, I don't feel like I should not check. I feel like I should check every single month that I've had just like sex that was during that time. I mean, like if it wasn't during that time, if it was in my safe days, then those are the months I don't really check. But every now and then, you know, it happens on an unsafe day simply because that's a lot of planning. You know, it's a lot of demanding to do, and to be like, you know, only on these days, you know, and then when the unsafe day comes, nah. So it's a lot of planning that I feel like I got makeup on my teeth now. It's a lot of planning that I hadn't went through. Damn. Well, I'm finna give y'all this drink, even though my lipstick on my teeth. It's a lot of planning to do. I try to make sure it's not happening every month, but when it does happen, I will make a video about it. You know. But yeah, anyways, that's what's going on with me. It wasn't so bad to the point that I had to go to the hospital. Like I say, I do my exercises and things like that to where it helps blood flow during the menstrual. It would, you know, coax it on and help it to happen. And I'm only aiming for healthy pregnancy, so all that bleeding, irregular and stuff is not something that I'm gonna aid or I'm gonna support. You know, I feel like if that stuff start happening again, I'm just gonna do me some exercises to get my menstrual going. Not, you know. And so that's really what's going on. So I'll keep everybody posted. I'm doing good. Gabs is doing good. She's in the house mad because I got the phone. But I wanted to make a video for y'all real fast to tell you, you know, what's going on with me and things of that sort. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified of my next post. I'm going to try and have some cleaner teeth that don't got lipstick on it. But on real, this is how it happened. I love y'all. Don't be saying I be watching y'all videos that don't have content, because I'm out here coming up with content, okay? And that's why I be watching y'all videos and I be hitting the like. Because most of the time I be liking that giant. My girl got some new bump beads for the kids. I'm like, ooh. Anyways, I'ma holla at y'all. Bye.